Sean Diddy Combs, one of hip-hop's most powerful figures, now finds himself at the center of deeply troubling allegations that have shaken the entertainment world. Among those connected to the controversy is Usher, who has publicly reflected on his own experiences, reigniting scrutiny and raising difficult questions about what may have been happening behind closed doors. The claims are more than unsettling, they paint a disturbing portrait that forces fans, insiders, and the public to rethink everything they thought they knew.
Bieber got by Diddy.
It's not our fault that Usher didn't want to get fucked by Diddy anymore. It is not our fault that Usher didn't want to get fucked by Diddy no more.
Papa don't hit me no more. Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. All you heard was Papa don't hit me no more. Let's go. Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. Hey, yeah.
Certain feeling, and I felt a certain way when Usher got on Shay Shay. And I don't mean to mention other people's platforms, but he got on Shay Shay and he mentioned how great and how good Puff taught him and everything. You know what I'm saying? About the business. Right? I know, and people know, that was around that in that time that Puff and Usher did have a situation. And that situation led Usher to the hospital.
The allegations surrounding Sean Diddy Combs have escalated, painting an increasingly serious picture. Some reports suggest that the experiences linked to him were so extreme that Usher required medical attention and was hospitalized. If accurate, this detail shifts the story from a controversy to something far more alarming, raising urgent, unavoidable questions about what really happened behind closed doors.
Let me ask you, because I know the topic is sensitive. What happened to Usher?
I heard about some music executives from the industry back in Harlem. You know, I heard it from some music executives back in Harlem. And I'm not going to speak on their name. They doing programs and everything like that. And they may be doing something, they may speak on it themselves. But I heard it from some music executives.
What did you hear?
Bro, you know how people be talking and we was around some people, something like that. And then some people might say, yo, I don't F with that dude. And at the time, I didn't know who the F Usher was. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those type of situations. And when somebody say, yo, man, I don't F with them niggas. Man, I'm getting out that industry and everything like that. You know, Puff sent this little kid to the hospital. How he sent him to the hospital? Man, nigga bleeding from the butt. And that's what was said. Oh, I didn't even have a name for the kid at the time. Then you heard, and
the story stretches back decades, to when Usher was just 14, a prodigy already turning heads in the music world. Freshly signed to LaFace Records under the guidance of L.A. Reid, he was stepping into an industry brimming with both opportunity and pressure. Reid, who would shape much of Usher's early career, made a pivotal decision. He arranged for the teenager to move to New York City and live with Sean Diddy Combs, then a larger-than-life hip-hop mogul, known for his unmatched influence, relentless ambition, and fast-paced lifestyle.
Yeah, we want to thank you. Come here. Don't sit on the bed at night. No homo. No, just don't get close to the bed. Don't get close. But it's just like, yo, we want to thank you for hosting the thing, man. It's been a pleasure. You didn't have to do it, and you did.
No, I definitely didn't have to do it. I definitely didn't have to. First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed. Shout out to him and what he did. I'm just gonna, if we can, let's just put the camera a little this way, just so we're not. I don't want my shot to even I don't want it to come close to the bed at all. I should look like he fresh off a goddamn plane. I should
Fresh off the garden stage. That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, pause, but like, check this out. Back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the Frosted Flakes because he used to always get up early with me. Now he's one of the richest stars in the world. And
what the f did Puff just say? Nobody's gonna acknowledge this with me. Puff just said we used to wrestle over the Frosted Flakes, and we're streaming live. That was stupid. Listen, that was fucking stupid. Listen,
we're having a good time. Usher made it in the
This wasn't just a move to a new city. it was a calculated decision meant to push Usher beyond his comfort zone and shape his artistic identity. Under L.A. Reid at LaFace Records, the mission was clear: give Usher's sound a sharper edge, infuse it with hip-hop grit, and cultivate unmistakable confidence. Reid later reflected that placing a 14-year-old in Diddy's orbit, a towering figure known for his influence, intensity, and fast-paced lifestyle, was a gamble that required parental consent and carried enormous weight. Years later, Usher has admitted that he witnessed moments during that period that left a lasting mark. While he has avoided explicit detail, his words hint at experiences that were, at the very least, unsettling, fragments of a story that continue to raise questions long after the spotlight has moved on.
To New York City. And I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp?
Yeah, that's what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's
in the 90s. Do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I mean, but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
So nobody tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place. And I didn't necessarily understand it.
Biggie Smalls was there.
Biggie Smalls was there. Lil' Kim, Craig Mack.
All these people are hanging around.
Yeah, man. Faith Evans, Jodeci, Mary J. Blige. They didn't know nothing about this shit.
Oh.
I was having a good time. You know what I mean?
Does he have you doing any chores? Are you doing dishes at all? I mean, to keep you humble somewhat? Or are you just like, can you stay up till 4 a.m. with them and party?
I mean, I could. I actually stayed up longer than this.
And what do you have money? What's going on?
I mean, I had like per diem. I had like,
what
like
a
living.
life.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Hell no.
Despite the challenges, the experience was publicly framed as a creative triumph. L.A. Reid later stated that Diddy accomplished exactly what was intended, helping Usher refine a distinctive R&B sound infused with hip-hop grit. That period marked a pivotal turning point, transforming a talented teenager into a rising force in contemporary R&B and setting the stage for global superstardom. Yet beneath the artistic success, lingering questions remain: what was the true cost of that transformation, and did the path that shaped his sound also expose him to forces far larger, and potentially far more troubling, than music alone?
To Bieber for a minute, and his management was backing him off. But it wasn't until Usher took over management and had guardianship and gave temporary guardianship to the diddler for 48 hours. Think about that. He had already been to the hospital. That situation that Gene was talking about. And you still took Bieber there. But you got custody of him first. Diddy had already tried. They wouldn't let him. Actually, someone made reference to the fact that Diddy trying to get at Bieber the way he was trying to get at Bieber was looking a little predatory. And then Usher came in and discovered it and managed him and got custody of him and promised to look after him. And then he sent him to the diddler. Does that sound like a good guy?
It's horrible.
Does that sound like a good guy? Now that we know what Diddy's really like. They're not seeing what the intentions was in his heart when he took Justin Bieber there.
Oh.
Let's be honest. He took Justin Bieber there.
Let's be candid, the pattern didn't stop with Usher. According to widely circulated accounts, L.A. Reid later met Justin Bieber when he was just 14, personally introduced by Usher himself. In his 2016 memoir, Reid described Bieber as a rare talent, a young artist brimming with charisma, confidence, and undeniable vocal ability. On the surface, it seemed like a routine industry introduction, a seasoned star championing a rising prodigy. But in hindsight, that meeting marked the start of another meteoric ascent, thrusting Bieber into global fame while immersing him in the same high-pressure, high-stakes world that had shaped Usher years earlier.
Flown out to Atlanta by a manager. His name's Scooter Braun. Flown out to Atlanta just to meet with him and meet different producers and different people. I was actually going to meet Jermaine Dupri at his studio. And who rolls up? Usher in his Range Rover. It rolls up, and I was like, "Is that who I think it is?" And Scooter was like, "Yeah." And so I ran up to him and I was like, Usher, I love your songs. You want me to sing you one? And he was like, let's just go inside, little buddy. It's cold out. So the politest possible way he could say no, he did. And I was like, wow, he just turned me down. And I was a little disappointed. He had to go into a studio session, so I was like, whatever. And a week later, he actually watched my videos with my manager and was like, oh my gosh, why didn't I let him sing? So flew me back to Atlanta where I got to meet him again. And he wanted to sign me. But there was something else.
Justin Timberlake, right?
Yes, Justin Timberlake also wanted to sign me. It was what happened was Justin Timberlake and Usher both went into a ring and boxed it out. And the outcome was Usher. I think it was
Justin Bieber's rise to global superstardom began long before his 2009 debut single, One Time, catapulted him to fame at just 15. At 12, he was discovered by Scooter Braun, who stumbled across his YouTube videos, clips of the young singer passionately covering hits by artists like Usher and Chris Brown. Recognizing his potential, Usher played a pivotal role in shaping Bieber's early career, personally introducing him to L.A. Reid. In his 2016 memoir, Reid recounted that October 2008 afternoon, Usher walked into his office with a 14-year-old Bieber, and Reid was immediately struck by the teen's poise, quiet confidence, and ability to command attention. On the surface, it seemed like the birth of another star. But looking back, some critics have raised questions about the broader context, suggesting that, having navigated the pressures of the music industry himself, Usher may have been acutely aware of the intense environment Bieber was stepping into, far beyond what the public ever saw.
How dare you say a man that groomed you, you gonna give him a pass? Bruh, you know I know. Let me reframe you on something. Remember Usher? We was at the Swiss Hotel. Puff had Kim in the room. Had one of Keith Sweat's baby mothers in the big room outside the master bedroom. He came outside in his robe. She gave him a fellatio right there. His back was turned to me. She gave him a fellatio. You knocked on the door. I came and opened the door for you. Puff went in the room. You came in the room and kissed that girl dead in her mouth. Now I'm telling that because you taking up with somebody that you know and a lot of more people know didn't do you right when you was at Diddy camp.
Bieber immediately approached the piano, sat down, and began to sing, and moments later, he picked up a guitar, performing with an ease far beyond his 14 years. He didn't move like a nervous teenager, he carried himself like a seasoned performer. Usher stood beside him, quietly proud, introducing him, "This is Justin Bieber." L.A. Reid later wrote that he was instantly impressed, not just by Bieber's vocals, but by his natural showmanship, his confidence, and the magnetic presence that made him feel completely at home in the spotlight. Reid recalled Usher's words promising someone special weren't an exaggeration. The deal moved quickly, though Bieber's parents had to be involved since he was underage. Even his signature hairstyle, long, sweeping bangs partially covering his eyes, became an early hallmark of his public image. But beyond talent, Bieber had an innate charm and an instinctive ability to connect with others, something many artists spend years trying to craft. Through it all, Usher wasn't just a mentor, he became a protective figure, guiding Bieber through the cutthroat industry while fostering a genuine bond that blended business, guidance, and family.
Me plus you, I'ma tell you one time. I'ma tell you one time. I'ma tell you one time. One time when I met you, come on. Wow.
I ain't gonna stop you like that, but this is only a tease. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you, Island Def Jam recording artist, Justin Bieber. It's getting ready to go down. Just so you know, we're in the studio right now working on it. Get ready because it's gonna be big. Ain't that right, Justin?
That's right.
That's right. So look out. We're coming.
Usher quickly became part of Diddy's inner circle, with the music mogul stepping in as a mentor during those formative years. But behind the public facade, the relationship was far from straightforward. Multiple accounts suggest that Usher gained access to Diddy's private dealings, insider knowledge that would later fuel tension, strain loyalties, and complicate the delicate dynamics within that exclusive circle. Questions about trust, influence, and who truly held power began to linger long after the spotlight moved on.
Cameron, he did an interview and he told a story about how he went to Diddy house with Mace.
Yeah.
And he fought the dildo in the sink.
I think that was crazy. I think that was out of, and then Mace said that was Puffs. I think he said Mace said that was Puffs, but Mace was in the bathroom with it. I don't know what that was all about, man, but that was real weird to me. That was crazy.
Crazy, man. But before we get off of that, right, I remember you told me a while ago that, you know, Mace, he used to live with Diddy and he know a lot of stuff about Diddy that a lot of people don't know.
Man, it's a lot of stuff that Mace and Usher know that they ain't telling about Diddy. There's a lot of stuff that they know. Can you imagine, bruh? Can you really imagine?
What you mean by Usher, though?
Usher used to stay with Diddy, too, when he was younger. And this was years ago. So the locks ain't got nothing to do with what I'm saying. This the kind of... Man, listen here. It's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. But I want to talk about this lawsuit by God, right? And I want to get your opinion on it. It's a part in this lawsuit where she alleges that she was at a dinner with Neo, Usher, and Jimmy Iovine. And Diddy, he punched Cassie in the stomach and no one did anything. How you feel about that?
They were part of the dinner and they watched Cassie get abused in front of Puffy abused Cassie in front of them. And neither one of those men, and they probably security was around too, did nothing to stop what he had did to Cassie. Now that's just crazy right there, bro. That is just crazy. Usher probably got a daughter. Neo probably got kids. I don't know. Jimmy Iovine, you know, he take about 15, 20 scoops of sugar in his coffee. So all those cats there, supposed to be men, watch that lady get abused right there in public and they did nothing, brother. They did nothing. That goes to show you the power that he had mentally over them. Here go a woman witnesses and this witnessing it and said, they said nothing. Yo, man, stop. Don't do that. Yo, not here, bro. Easy. Nothing. Don't do nothing. Say something. She said they didn't do anything and they didn't say nothing. That's the bad thing about it. If you're not gonna do nothing, open your damn mouth and say something. And that's a lot wrong with our people right now. They don't even want you to say.
Attention is now shifting to Justin Bieber's early connection with Diddy, who once acted as a mentor during the pop star's formative years. Sources tell Us Weekly that Bieber has been deeply unsettled by the recent allegations surrounding the music mogul. Insiders say he's been advised to avoid any association with Diddy, and according to those close to him, creating distance has not been difficult. Bieber is reportedly determined to sever ties completely, but the situation has taken a mental toll, forcing him to grapple with the weight of the claims in light of his past experiences. Critics have questioned the decisions made by his management at the time, suggesting the young star should never have been exposed to Diddy's high-profile party lifestyle while still a teenager.
Happy birthday, Justin!
Sources reveal that Justin Bieber's early career unfolded under intense and highly challenging circumstances. While his mother, Patty Millett, worked tirelessly to support him, critics have also pointed to his largely absent father, Jeremy Bieber, as sharing some responsibility. Usher, whose label Bieber was signed to, has been part of discussions about how the young star was managed. One incident has drawn particular scrutiny. In November 2009, 15-year-old Bieber allegedly spent an unsupervised 48-hour period at Diddy's home, a moment that has since sparked serious questions about the guidance he received during these formative years.
No, slow down. Let's slow down, Jess.
Okay.
Let's slow down,
One
okay?
step at a time.
But yeah, the keys is yours. When you get 16, you're good to go.
I'm good to go.
Yeah.
All right.
Then when you get 18, you get the house. You get the mansion.
Okay.
Yeah.
The mansion.
Yeah.
So where are we off to now?
And where would you like to go?
I mean, wherever you want to go. Where we go?
So check this out, yo. Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. I have been given custody of him. He signed to Usher.
A recently resurfaced video of Diddy and Justin Bieber has set the internet buzzing, sparking intense speculation about their relationship. In one striking clip, Diddy asks Bieber why they no longer spend time together, an exchange that has only amplified curiosity and concern, leaving fans questioning what really happened behind the scenes between the music mogul and the pop star. In another moment, Diddy jokingly tells Bieber to keep certain details from their time together private, an offhand remark that only adds fuel to the speculation, leaving fans debating what was said, what was left unsaid, and just how much remains hidden behind closed doors.